So this video is all about creating a custom 404 page. So a 404 page is where you go when the page isn't found. So essentially when you're a little bit lost on the website. So if we go to the URL at the top bar and we type in a unrecognized page, such as a load of A's, and then hit enter. So this is the page that you're taken to. So we've got the WordPress loop and some of the sidebar information, which is one of the backup templates, but we want something a little bit nicer, and also maybe some options and some links to get the user back on track. So if we go over to the text editor, and as usual create a new page, and save this page as 404.php, and copy the page about, and we use this as a base for our 404 page. So paste that in and save. Change the template name at the top. I'm going to call this 404 page. So refresh that. So now we've got the About Us template being used when we've found the 404 page. So first of all, I'm going to start in the featured text area, just to add a little bit of text, just so the user knows that they're lost and they need to get back on track. So I'll go to the functions.php, and then in the closing curly brace after the title, we'll add another else if statement. But this time it's going to be if the page is 404, and then the braces. Okay, so if the page is the 404 page, we're just going to echo out some text. You can put in whatever text you want, but I'm just going to put, whoops, we're a little lost. And then see if that's working okay. So we've got a little problem there. Let's check that out and see what it is. I think we're just missing a semicolon off the end. Okay, so now we've got the text appearing on there. So what I'm going to create is we're going to delete the sample text, and then we're going to create 4 separate divs, which are going to show some links. And the links are going to be to archives, categories, recent posts, or by the tags. We're going to put these links in with the widgets in a similar kind of way to how we used them on the sidebar. So go over to the 404 template. So instead of About Us as the level 2 heading, we're just going to put some text in to say, let's get back on track. So open up the PHP underscore echo, then close off the PHP. And the text is just going to be, let's get back on track. With a colon at the end. And there's a problem there, so let's take a look. Okay, we just need, because we've used a single quotation, we need to change the surrounding quotations to be double. And then don't forget the semicolon at the end. So good, so now we've got the let's get back on track level 2 heading. So we can delete the sample text of the lorem ipsum, so delete the first paragraph. Then also the second paragraph. But keep the surrounding row, we'll reuse that. So we're going to create 4 separate divs for the widgets. So add a div with a class, the bootstrap class of call sm6. And then just copy this div and paste it in 3 more times. So we've got 4 sections. So we touched on widgets earlier on in the course in the sidebar section. We can also use widgets in various other parts of the site. So let's add them in here. So open up the PHP. And then to pull in the widget, we use the underscore widget. And then in brackets, we use the name of the widget that we want to pull in. And first of all, to get the archives, we use wp underscore widget underscore archives. And then a semicolon at the end of there. The categories is exactly the same, but instead of archives, it's categories. And then I'm going to provide a link for recent posts. So paste that in, but this time in brackets it's WP widget, then recent posts, or recent underscore posts. And then to get a list of the available tags, instead of archives, it's tag cloud. So tag underscore cloud, and save that, and then refresh the browser. Okay, so it looks as though there's a problem with the recent posts. That just needs to be recent. So remove the S off the end of there. And there we go. So now the user can now get back to a working page by selecting some of the links below. And by the way, if you want to use any different widgets or different links, you can find these in the codex under the widgets section. You don't need to use the 4 that I've shown there. So now that's all working, I just want to add a little bit of styling just to make it fit in with the rest of the website. So we're going to put the same 1 pixel border with the rounded corners around each of the 4 sections. So we'll go to the style.css, and then we'll create a 404 section. So copy any of the comments and then head right down to the bottom. And I'm going to make the comment to be the 404 page. So the widgets have got a class of widget. And to keep the styling consistent, we're going to use the same styles as we use for the sidebar or the sidebar modules. So if you go up to the sidebar section, look for the sidebar modules class and then copy all these. And then paste these back into the widget section. So save that and take a look. So we're nearly there now. That looks a lot better, and it just looks a little bit odd with the boxes being uneven heights. So just to make that look a little bit better, I'm going to add a minimum height of 300 pixels and then refresh that, and that'll make sure that the sections with not much content take up a little bit more height. So thanks for watching, and that's the end of our 404 page.